Well, I'm talking with Graham. We've had so much to talk about, Graham, and so let's continue on this story.
So I go on retreat for a week. So that would have been...
Was it the full-on thing, no talking? And
full on.
Yeah.
Ended up staying for a year.
Oh, wow.
So from December 2008 through to just before Christmas 2009, I lived as an enclosed monk. And I've been going back regular ever since. It is something within me that just is so healthy.
Okay, well, just to finish this now, to give that hope and inspiration, I think that's what I was really trying for in the sense anyway. All these interviews have a hope message in them.
Absolutely.
You know, someone watching this, well, they may have a different path to take, of course. Yeah. But do they come to see people like you? Do they go to someone for help?
So, if you look at my journey, so I'm now a trained psychotherapist, and I've done so many other things over the last 10, 15 years. You know, what's important, what changes lives, isn't treatment or medication or any of that. It's about having relationships. It's having those social bonds. It's having developing skills. It's about understanding who you are and understanding how society affects you. You know, if you're aware of these things, you can change. If you're just, if you get into poor me or play victim, or you'll just keep that round and round in circles.
Why is there so much more mental health issues these days? Are people working on a different scale to the old ones, or in the old days you just bottled it up and man up and all that sort of thing?
I'm in the middle of taking a PhD, which is I'm actually looking at these things. So my underlying premise, there's two. One is society has been stripped of social capital, which is how connected we are in the place we live. Our culture has been stripped out of our societies. So if you think of the culture on the Isle of Man 20, 30 years ago, we don't have that culture. Because we move on, we move off, new people come. So there's this like watering down of what it is to be Manx. Our personal capital, lots of people have that stripped away, which is their skills. Their skills are no longer relevant to the world we live in. Their attitudes are no longer relevant. Our material capital, we live in a society that's very unbalanced. You have people who don't have a lot, and then you have people who have everything. And the final one is our political capital. What political power do we have as an individual? So if you strip the amount off a geographical community, you're going to lower the mental health, or you're going to increase mental health problems. And the other part of that is, within person-centered therapy, which is where I sit, is we have an internal locus of evaluation, is where you get your meaning about who you are in your being, or you have an external locus of evaluation, is all your values are external. If there's a balance between the two, the more internalized you are, the more what's important to you is about what you think about yourself. But if you're externalized, what happens is you go into your head, and the more externalized you are, the more mental health problems you have.
Well, brings right up to date. Your Quing and all that sort of thing. I mean, just a quick plug for them. And what people can get out of that. So what you do. Okay,
so Quing is about building what we're describing as discovery capital. So that's about how connected you are, about understanding culture. It's about your personal capital, which is about education, which is about attitudes, and your personal material capital, which is about where if you give a man a fish, he'll be back every day. Okay, if you give him a fishing rod and teach him how to use it, he'll go catch his own fish. And that's what Quing's about. So we're about giving people education. We're about giving people the skills to succeed.
How are you these days?
Me?
You.
Okay, I've been clean 15 years.
Is it a struggle?
Not anymore.
You can walk past the bottle shop. You can.
Yeah.
Or worse.
So the most important thing I've learned for myself is I have to look after myself. Okay, so I do meditation. I have a really good set of friends. I go on retreat regularly. I'm a whitewater kayaker. So I do lots of positive things. And for me, it's a choice. You know, I know where that life leads me.
Sure.
And I know how negative and I have no interest in it anymore.
I guess you've changed other people's lives. I'm thinking of the film It's a Wonderful Life, you know, and how going one way, then and Clarence comes along and with the wings gets his wings.
It's that empathy thing, you know. So if you have someone who is really struggling, maybe using, maybe in and out of prison, people can't understand that because they haven't been there, you know. So when someone comes into Quing, most of the more senior peer mentors and myself, we've been there, so we know what it's like. You know, we're on the journey of healing. We're just 2 or 3 steps ahead of that person who's just coming in.
And are you happy?
I'm more than happy. I know. I woke up this morning. That's a bonus. You know, I have a really full life. I have some amazing friends.
Okay.
I discovered I had a 16-year-old daughter a couple of years ago.
Wow, you must write your autobiography.
Oh, not a chance.
Thank you anyway. And if people want more information, is it get in touch with you?
Just Graham at Quing.im, Facebook, Quing Community, and our website is Quing.im.